recording. Okay, so let's see where we stopped. I believe, yes, we added that property to the towers so that we know if they are active or not, and also for the enemy, we know if it is a boss or not, and we added that effect. So now I would like to do a couple of things. One is we want to create another effect for this tower, the Reaper. So here, let's see the behavior. So here, when we throw projectiles, let me see where is that exactly. Actually, not the Reaper itself, but the projectile of the Reaper. See here we have this here. So if we kill instantly, we also want to add the chance to spawn a unit that will go from the end of the path to the beginning and attack enemies. So sort of like a player unit. And for that I have here, I believe, somewhere a character for that. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe Thor's here. Let me see. 1 second. No, these are effects. I had summer. Let me see. Possibly in the download folder. Let me see. All right, should be here. These are some games. Yes, so this one here, this one, I believe. Let's see if it is indeed. Nope, it's not this one. So I'm not sure where I saved that. Okay, let me see. I thought I disabled that part. Uh, yeah, sorry, Lemon. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it, and I cannot find it for some reason. That's understandable, Lemon. Okay, let me see. I had a unit for this, but I cannot find it. Maybe you're not telling us. Dark Samurai Dungeons plates. I cannot find. Okay, let me see on each. 1 second. Sorry, but I cannot find that character. Re-download it again. Also, this is a great website for free assets. Okay, let's see. We're looking for characters. Free characters. So let's see. They should be somewhere here. Why I cannot find it, I'm not sure, but it's somewhere here. Let me try something different. Call it Reaper. Nope. Okay, first let's say that it is 2D and also pixel art. Okay, sorry, Lemon, this will take a second because I cannot find that character. I downloaded it, but I cannot find it, so I have to download it again. Let me make sure that I don't have it here. effects. Okay. Well, I cannot find it, so we'll try something different instead, and do that later in the next time, so tomorrow possibly. So instead, let's do a couple of things. So the first thing, the first issue we have is that uh, we do not know which enemy is the closest to the end of the path, because you see that the path is not linear, so we cannot just look at the position and say if it is the first enemy or not. So to fix that, we'll do something here. We'll create checkpoints for the enemies, and we'll count those checkpoints. So the one with the most checkpoints is the first one. So for that, let's create a checkpoint, and for that we just need um, a collider. So circle collider. That. But actually, let's use a box collider to this, since the path is not round on the corners. And we'll say this is trigger, so no physics. And now we'll create a layer, and we do that so that this checkpoint will only interact with enemies. So we'll give this checkpoint the checkpoint layer, and let's see if this collider is okay. Yes, seems okay to me. So now we have to go to the settings and enable that interaction. So we want enemies and checkpoints to interact here. So go to checkpoint and then find enemy, and that's it. Now these will interact. And we also have to go to our enemy script and create a variable for that. So want this to be public int check, or rather number check. Oh, shall I call this check? Yeah. So by default this will be 0. So 0 by default. And we have to add a bunch of checkpoints now to this path. And then I will also put these checkpoints under empty object, so that we keep this organized. So I'll call this checkpoints folder. Okay. And now we have to duplicate this one and place them on the path, these checkpoints. All right. This will take a while, I'm sorry, but it's necessary that we do this. So we just, since these are the size 1, 1 in size, then we just add 1. It's positions, as you can see. So now we do it for the top part of the path. We can also do it by script, but we'll do it manually. And after we do this, we need to check that we cover the whole path. Okay, and actually we can do it a little bit faster by now when we do this part here, we can just copy it and put it on the left side. So we'll do it here manually, and then we'll copy it. Okay. So these checkpoints, like I said, will help us to determine which enemy is the first, the closest to the end. Okay, so now you can see we can just copy these and drag them here. And we can remove that one there. So this one, remove it. Yeah. Okay. And we'll take all of these in the inspector and put it under the checkpoint folder, so that we can close it. And now we have space in the hierarchy. All right. Let's see. Yes. Now we have to go to our enemy script and detect these checkpoints. So here we'll use. Let me see first the structure of that enemy. Yes, we'll use on trigger hit on trigger enter. Trigger enters 2D, but also let's make sure that these checkpoints have the tag checkpoint. So not only the layer but the tag, because these enemies do not only collide with the checkpoints, collide with the projectile as well. So we need to make sure that this is the checkpoint, not the projectile. So attack checkpoint. Now we select all of these and change the tag to checkpoint. Yes. And here we check. So if the tag is checkpoint, then we just add one to this checkpoint value. So plus plus meaning add one. And now we know which enemy is first, so we can start working on another tower. So let's see first here in our projectiles, if we have projectiles, because we need some projectiles. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so these are not projectiles, these are other effects. Let me see. We do need a fireball projectile for this. Okay. Let me see this one. Recaps. Magic. Fire. 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 Let's check those and see how this looks like. This one is nice. I might use this, but if you do use this, we also need a fire projectile. So let's go back to our the each assets, remove characters and search for fire here. We just need the projectile. So this one looks nice. Take this one. Okay, now I have to unpack this because it's rare. So let's copy this to our desktop. We extract the files. And in here we should have, yes, we have them. So now I'll just drag and drop this folder into our projectile folder. And fortunately, we have this frame by frame, so we don't have to divide it into multiple frames. All right, let's see which one is better. I like this one. This one is okay to see. I like this one. Okay, so now we have to create both the tower and the projectile. But first, let's start with the tower. Okay, so for that, I will copy this one, the Reaper. We'll unpack it so it's no longer a prefab. And let's find the graphics for this. So here in, let's see, towers. Oh, actually, we do have a lot of effects here. Okay. Okay, we'll use this one. So screw cover, because that's how this one is called. Okay, so let's add one frame. Okay, so now we can see it. But you see, this is blurry. This I don't know. I guess for you it's blurry anyway because it's 720 pixels. But this is blurry. So to fix that, we have to disable this here in filter mode. So what this does, it combines pixels to make the image look smoother. But with pixel art, we don't want this. We want to have nothing in this property like this, and we can resize it now. All right, let's see. Also, this canvas here is too small, so we have to resize it to. Don't know why it is so small here. Why is it smaller? I'm not sure. Oh, I see. It is okay. I see. Okay. We have to, before we do this, before we resize the character, we have to remove the canvas from it, so it's no longer a child of it. And now we can resize it without affecting that canvas, which represents the combined level of that character. And now we can just add it here in the corner. Yes. So now we need to fix a couple of things with this. You can see that this has the Reaper animations. So first we want to go and create animation for this character. So create animator controller, and now we can replace that here in the animator and create the animation. So Windows animation. So let me see how these are called. Yes. So idle. And now we just simply drag and drop those individual frames here. And now we reduce the speed a little bit. And this is it. We have the animation. Let's see what else. We do have the tower script. We have to remove the Reaper script. And yeah, we remove this. And we have to create a script for this, so the specific behavior for this character. So create scripting mono behavior. Call it cucumber, the same as the. I don't know why this is called cucumber, but we'll use the name of the files or the folder of the animation. And with this one, we want to target the first enemy, so the closest one to the end. Okay. So first, let's add that script. So we tag this one here. And right now there's nothing in it. But also I realized that um, where is it? The tower script here. Yes. So here we have effect speed, effect power. So I call it effect because not all towers will attack, but you can consider it attack speed basically and attack power. But if you want to level up this character, we no longer use this. We have to calculate a new value. And I'm thinking maybe we should have a how do you call it? Base attack speed and base power. But we'll see. We'll see. Yes, actually, we should do that. We should. So public. Um, let's see. Yes, we don't need to do that. So for the speed, it's a float. Base effect speed, and for the power, it's a int. So int base effect power. And then we can calculate the current speed and power using some formulas that I will determine later. So let's see, we need to create a specific behavior. Okay, so let's compare it with the Reaper first. Let's see, what do we need? So we obviously need these two here. Actually, we'll take all of these. Okay, so copy paste this. And let's see, yes, these. Also, we'll copy these. So we get a reference to our tower script. We have the counter, which starts with 0, from 0. Then the limit, which is equal to the effect speed, and the damage. But here, actually not here, sorry. Yes, let's copy the update as well from here, because it will be the same. And also we also copy this coroutine and modify it a little bit, because the thing is, wait, I put it in the wrong place. Because the thing is, we want unlike the projectile from the Reaper, here we want that projectile to rotate towards the enemy. But first, I believe this one has a projectile here. Yes, so we have to replace that with the cucumber projectile. So game object, we call it number projectile prefab. So prefab meaning a saved object, and we have to replace it in the function here. Okay, so, but this does not work because we forgot to add this library here. Okay, so it will be the same, but in this case we do not target a random enemy. You see here, with this we target a random enemy. So instead, what we'll do, we'll find the first enemy. So let me comment this. So instead here we'll let me copy this first. That we'll find the first enemy. So let's recap. So first we create this circle to detect all the enemies, and then we need to find the first one. So to do that, we'll go from the beginning to the end of this array with the enemies, and we'll search for the one with the biggest uh, the, the biggest checkpoint, with the most number of checkpoints. So here let's create so let's comment this. So find first enemy. So first we'll create an int, call it max checkpoints, and we'll say it's 0. And then we go from the beginning, so from 0 to this array length. Okay, and here yes, we need a transform, so we have to create a transform variable. Okay, like this. And if um, yes, you see now this now we need to get the enemy script from this. So if enemy colliders, so this array, and then the position I, and we get the enemy component, and then we select the checkpoints value, and we compare it to our max checkpoints, which is 0. So if it is bigger or equal, actually than 0, or not equal, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, let's just say actually we'll keep it like this and see if it works. So if it's bigger than not 0, the checkpoints, max checkpoints, that means this will be our new maximum. So this transform will be equal to that enemy transform. And also we have to say that this checkpoint now, but you see here we have a problem because you see we get the component twice, and to avoid that we'll create an enemy variable. So enemy current enemy is equal to that line here, and then we use this variable instead in this if. So we do this to avoid getting component twice. So we only do it once here. Okay, so then we want to say that the checkpoints is now that value. So the current enemy checkpoints. So if we do this, we will find the closest enemy to the end by doing this in this variable enemy transform. And let's see, here we have an issue because it says it's there's nothing in this variable here. Okay, so that's why this gives us an error here. So we need to actually place something this. So to do that, we'll say that this is this transform, which is the transform of the tower, but it doesn't matter because it will get at least one enemy from here. Excuse me 1 second. Yes, so this is the difference between the Reaper and this character. This finds the first enemy, not random. And this looks okay to me, but now we have to create that projectile, the fireball projectile for this one. Okay. And we'll finish this character and stop for today. It will take like at least 30 minutes. So let's see. We want to create an empty object first. Okay, so we'll call this cucumber pro set the transform get. So for this we need a sprite renderer, obviously, so we can display this fireballs. Now we have to find those here in projectiles. Actually, I'm not sure which one. I'll try this one actually. We'll add just one sprite to see it in the scene here, but we cannot see it because it is in the rogue layer. So let's place that in a higher layer. Okay, so we can now see it here. And for this, we want a circle collider 2D. And we'll want to place this collider somewhere inside, so at the end of this farm. But you can see that it is blurry because we have to use that setting here, so point no filter. You see now it's looking much clearer. Okay, so let's move that. First let's resize it actually a little bit, and now we'll move it to the end here. Okay. All right. And this will be trigger, so no physics for this. And now we also need an animator, so this one has an animation. So let's add that component, and we can go to our folder, create a controller. So the controller manages animations. Add projectile. We add this here. Hopefully this one. Yes. And now we simply just create it and add those frames. So all of these are the frames of the animation. And you can see now we have an animation. But to me it looks like it's very fast. I'm not sure. Yeah. And not only that, but these seem to be the incorrect size. To me, I'm not sure. You see that is changing position for some reason. You see that? So I'm not sure what the issue is here. Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is here. Let's see. Maybe it is because these are multiple here in the split. Maybe we should change it to single. Let's see if that fixes it. Let's see. Okay, these do not work anymore because we changed the properties. We have to add them again. And hopefully this is, yes, see, now it's correct. It was because the size of the sprites was different. Now it is the same size. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay. Now we want to save this, but first we need a script for this. So we create a new one. Call this the project view number. Wait, why does this? Why is this first here? Yeah, I selected the wrong script. So we have to remove this, not the cucumber stick, cucumber projector. Yeah. So let's see. We want this to be player damage, like this. And now we have to create the interaction with the enemies. So let's see. We'll compare it to the Reaper projectile here. So obviously we don't want this to rotate. We want this to keep the rotation. We only need two things actually. We just need this here, so the damage, we want to know how much damage this says. And then we want the on trigger enter, so for the collision with the enemy, like this. And we do not want the instant kill chance. We actually want chance to spawn fire here. So public int, sorry, not int, float chance to spawn fire, and this will be here. And instead of this function, we'll actually spawn something that damages um, enemies. So how do we do this? Let's see. Yes, so we'll have to complete this later, but for now, this is okay. But here, when we send the projectile uh, towards the enemy, we want to make sure that it is rotated towards the enemy. So for that, let's use a script here that I saved. Not this one. This one. Yes. So here, while we move it towards the enemy, we want to also the transform of that projectile. So the projectile transform, right, is equal to enemy transform position minus. Actually, yes, this is correct. So like this. And now it should be rotated towards the enemy. So let's see if that works first, but first we need to save that as a prefab and add it to our tower. So tower's effect here, we take that, place it in here, delete it, and now in here we place the projectile. And we have to change a couple of settings here. The damage will give some damage. We only target enemies here. And actually, what am I doing? Actually, we need the tower script here. Yes, here. So the speed is 1, power 5. Looks okay to me. And hopefully now this spouts fireballs. Let's test it. We have an error. So let's see, where is it? Okay, so what seems to be the issue here? Let's see. We have a null reference. And let's see the line exactly. So line 75 here. Okay, so projectile, yes. The issue is we forgot to replace this with the other script, so cucumber projectile like this. And also, actually that should be the issue. So null reference means something is empty somewhere and cannot be used. That's what that error is. So now this should spawn fireballs and attack the first enemy. But there's another issue now. Why is it not moving? Let me zoom in here. Why is it not moving? Let's see. Okay, let's stop the scene. I'll go to our cucumber here. So somewhere here we should have a travel time. See this one, that is the issue. Let's copy the one from the Reaper. So travel time, where is it? Yes, so we copy that value. I'm satisfied with that. Okay. Counter limit should come from the tower script. So now let's see. And Lemon, I'll finish this in 30 minutes probably. So this won't take very long. So see now this works. You see, this works. So what I want to do now for this projectile, I want to give it a chance that it will spawn fire on the pad. So let's save this tower first here. And now we have to create that fire. So we create an empty object, give it the name, the layer damage, call it number fire, and we'll give it a sprite render. But let's see that enemy where. So it is on layer 2. Okay, let's put them on layer 3. And below that we put the fire on layer 2. Or I don't know. Should it be above it, or I'm not sure. We'll figure that later. Yeah. Now we need the fire. The fire effect here. It is somewhere here. Let's see if it is this one. If it is this one. Yes, it is. But wait, we actually can use this one. We don't need this. Oh, we can use this one here. This one. Yeah, that one is nice. So before we can use it, we have to place it in the correct layer. So layer 2 here. But you can see it is quite large. We have to maybe resize this a little bit. A little bit. Something like this. Yeah, that's better. But now, well, first let's check if this disappears like the other ones, and if it does, we have to give it a script. Let's see. Seems to me that this is permanent here. Seems, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, that looks permanent, so we don't want that. So first, let's rename it. We'll call it like the tower. And now we'll unpack it, so it's no longer a prefab. And we have to remove the scripts. So this one here, we have to remove it. And we'll create our own script here. So let's go to our scripts, create another one. Create script mono behavior. Wait. Script. Yes. And for this we'll use a collider. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So first let's give it a collider. So we add the component, but also let's add the cucumber fire script, and then we add we say circle for this one, circle collider 2D. It is huge, the radius, we'll reduce it. Place it on the fire like this. Trigger, so no physics for this one. Maybe resize it even a little bit more. So 0.5, something like this. Maybe even smaller. 4, 5. Yep. And now we need to create the script. But how do we make it that? So first things first, we need this to disappear after some time. So we say public float uh, uh, what do you call it? Uh, duration duration counter duration counter limit. So by default this is 0, so we start to count from 0, and then in the update, if that counter exceeds the limit, so it's bigger than that limit, we just destroy this, so destroy game, game of it. And maybe we can later add some animation on this, so it doesn't just suddenly disappear. We have some, maybe we'll add some animation later to this. And now we want on trigger, so when we interact with the enemy, so when those colliders collide, we want to deal damage, but we want to deal damage how do I say this? Every couple of seconds, we want to deal damage while the enemies are in the fire. So how do we do that? Let's see. Maybe we could add this as a so in the enemy script, maybe we can create a function here to deal damage in that case. That is one way. Or actually, there is a much simpler way to do this. Yes, there is a much simpler way to do this. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll create a circle collider that is temporary. So let me show what I mean by that. Where is it? So we'll use this function here, physics 2D overlap circle. So what this will do is it will find all enemies within that circle, and then we do this. We find them every couple of seconds, and we deal damage to them. So if we do that, we no longer need this collider on the fire. We no longer need this. But we do need a couple of things. So one thing is we need to target only the enemy layer. So to do that, we create a layer mask, enemy layer mask. And now here we'll create another some counters for that. So float attack counter, attack counter limit. So with this we decide when to deal damage. So here, which we also I forgot to say that this plus equal to time delta time. So we measure the time here, and we also measure the time in the other one. So the attack counter. So what this time delta time means? This is the time difference between frames, and this update function. So everything that is in here happens every frame. So for this, we also check if the attack counter reached the limit. So if it is bigger than that limit, and here we do one thing. First, we change the attack counter to 0, so we reset it, and then we want to deal damage to those enemies within a certain range. So and also we need the damage for this public int damage. We must know the damage value. So let's create a function for that. Public void attack enemies enemies in range. So let's go to the other script and copy that line. So we find all enemies within range. So here we'll use another size, not this one. Try something much smaller, like 1. Actually, we can just create a variable for that, public float attack range. So we use this one here, the attack range. So first we get this, and then we deal the damage. So let's see how to deal the damage. Yes, this one here is the correct one. We copy from the other effect. So we go from the beginning to the end of the array and deal damage to each enemy, and that's it. Okay, let's see. That seems okay. Yes. Now the only thing is left here is to add this effect to our tower. So here, sorry, not the tower, but the projectile of the tower. So if we hit the chance to spawn fire, then we want to spawn that at exactly the position of the enemy. So for that, first we need to have that fire here. So public game object cucumber fire fire cucumber fire prefab. Right, let's just go cucumber fire, and we spawn it. So we instant it. And also, we want to deal we still want to deal the damage, but yes, so that is a mistake here. We'll correct it. So first, let's spawn that fire here at the position of the enemy. So enemy script, or rather the collision transform material identity like this. And this does not work for some. Yes, we have to say also position. But there is a mistake here, because also here on the Reaper projectile, or never mind, this is okay. But here, we want to deal the damage anyway, so we deal the damage here. Yes, and then we delete that one. So if chance spawn fire. So we deal the damage to that enemy anyway, and then we check if we can spawn fire or not. And the fire must have a damage as well. So when we spawn this, we want to give it some damage. So when we spawn it here, we also say get component cucumber fire, and we get the damage and place maybe this damage. So this may be divided by some number. I don't know, maybe like 4 something. I don't know, something like this. Yeah, something like this. All right. So let's test if that works first. And to test that, first we need to save this effect here in our prefabs and add it to our tower. So we have to go to our tower first, this one, and add that. Sorry, not the tower, but the projectile, and add the fire here. Yeah, like this. And we'll say it's 100% chance to spawn it, so that we can see it in the game. Let's see if that works now. Let's see. So the first issue is we do not spawn that for some reason, even though the chance is 100%. See, we gave it a 100% chance. So that is weird here. Why doesn't it spawn? Because it looks to me like it deals damage, but yeah. Okay, I'll try again. Sorry, Lemon, it will take a few minutes and we're done for today. But yeah, so the issue is it does not spawn that fire for some reason. Okay. Not sure why. We'll have to debug this and see. Okay. So first things first, let's see if that yeah, that is correct. Oh, so one issue is we forgot to add some values here. So first, the attack range needs to be 1, and then the duration should be like 3, and the attack should be like maybe 0.5 or something like that. Yeah, 0.5 should seems okay. And also, yes, that was the issue actually, because so first let's give it a layer. So the enemy layer. The issue was that it gets deleted the next frame after it spawns because it was the wrong value here. Let's test now. It should work now. And we need to make sure that it only hits enemies within its range. Yeah, you see that? That is not correct. Okay, you see the position is incorrect. Let's see why that happens. Okay, we want to do it at the feet of this enemy. The feet, but first let's see where the pivot of this is. So that is an issue here. The pivot is incorrectly placed. Okay, so we'll have to spawn it a little bit below. So to do that here in our script, well actually not the script, the projectile here. So when we spawn it, you want to position it slightly below. So to do that, we want to first, since we access this object 2 times, we need to save it in a variable. So we say game object number of fire object is equal. So first we spawn it like this. Then we give it the damage value from this projectile, and then we actually yes, we want to move this below a little bit. So for that, let's use a value here, public load offset. So here we say transform position minus equal to vector 3 up or rather down times offset. So this means we move it down by some value, and now we have to test it and see which value. Okay, because the pivot is incorrectly placed on that particle effect. And let's see why does it why is this bug here? I'm not sure. Let me see if that is indeed correct. So transform position. Yes, that should be okay. And now it seems that we have a little bug here, and I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, we'll have to reset the editor. It seems to me. I don't know why that is. All right, Lemon. Sorry, it seems that this is bugged here. All right, we'll just have to close this. Yeah, it is bugged for some reason. Okay, let's try to close it. All right. Sorry for this, but we have to close it because it is bugged. All right, let's try to open it again. Sorry for that. So the idea is we have to once we spawn that fire, we want to move it slightly below. It is because of the pivot, and I'm not sure how I can modify that pivot, unfortunately. Do you have any questions, Lemon? Is everything clear here? Where did I find? Well, some of them I found them from each, but for example, this fire animation is from Unity Assets. So those are the main sites where I get assets from, the each and Unity Asset Store. With the Unity Asset Store, it's easier because you can just import them from the package manager inside Unity, so you don't have to drag and drop anything. Yeah. On the Unity Asset Store, there are materials, all kind of materials. I'm not an expert at 3D, but you can find a lot of assets um, in the Unity Asset Store. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Yes. Let's make sure that the scripts are okay. Yep. Only issue, this was not saved here. Or is it? Oh, I don't know what is this here. So let's see. Yeah, that should work. But first, let's give that a value. The offset here. Where is it? I cannot see it. I'm not sure why. Yeah, this is not visible for some reason. You see? Yeah, there is no offset. There's no offset here. Why is there no offset here? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's because it's on the other one here. All right, let's try 0.5 and see if that works. We have to experiment with this, unfortunately. But this should work now. Oh, I see. The issue is, you see, the issue is we decrease it. So minus plus minus is plus. In other words, this actually moves it upwards, not down. So we have to say plus here instead. Yeah, that was my mistake. Sorry. And yeah, that should work. And if this works, then we can stop for today, and we'll continue tomorrow. I don't want to take too much of your time, Lemon. But you see, we do have an error with. It seems to be an error. Uh, it seems to be an error with the this particle, and I'm not sure why. You see, it is an error with the particle. Yeah, that should not happen for some reason. We have an error here. Yeah, that's not that big of an issue though, because we can just replace it with yeah, I see. Let me see. I click cancel and it still does not work. Yeah, okay, no problem. We can fix this. We just have to restart it one more time. So it seems that we have an issue with that specific effect. That's not that big of a problem because we can just use another one, but we have to create ourselves an animation. Not sure why that happens. Right, let's use that the one without the particle system. So let's fix that. First, we'll go to our cucumber projectile, and we'll remove that from here. Or actually, let's create our animation first. So instead of a particle system, we'll use the sprite renderer like this, and we do have an animation somewhere here. I believe it's in here. Yep. So this one we want to, since there are many frames in the image, we want to keep it to multiple, but here we want to save points, so no combination of pixels. And now we have to guess what size this is. So not automatic, because you see, if we slice this automatically, it's incorrectly cut. You see. So instead we'll say by cell size. Let's try 32. Okay, so it seems that it is correct on the Y, or actually, can I multiply this? Yeah, I can, actually. Yeah. So this way, like this. So now all of them are the same size. And we can now add one sprite, so we can actually see it here in the scene. All right, but you see it is a little bit small. So we'll double it. Let's see. Or and you see this one has the pivot a little bit incorrectly as well. Let's resize this a little bit. 1.7, something like that. And now we just add the script. So the cucumber fire. The damage comes from the projectile. The range we have to set it. Duration. Sorry about that. That's my sister shouting. Yes. So now we have everything we need here. Seems okay. We just need to save it. So here in our effects, let's actually remove this completely. So not the projectile, but the fire. Well, let's remove that from here. Yeah, let's remove that. We don't need that anymore. And now we have to add that fire here in our projectile. And let's see, now we should not have any shader errors or anything because this particle, there's no longer a particle. It is, but also, wait, I forgot the most important thing, the animation. So for this one, the fire, we have to add the animator component and create the animator for that. So animation, cucumber, fire. And now we need to add it to the object here. So assets, cucumber, fire. Let's go back to the animation folder and create the animation for this. The most important thing. And now we just drag and drop all of these frames. And let's see if that works. Yep, it works quite well, but let's slow it down. So yeah, something like this. Yeah, and now this should have an animation. Let's see if it works. Yep, let's see. But we'll also have to add the offset because you'll see in a second that the position is incorrect because of the pivot of the. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, you see we also have an issue with the. It seems that we have an issue with that effect here. So somewhere here it should be an effect. So yeah, the dead effect, enemy dead effect. This one here. So we'll fix that by creating our own. So we'll create an object, enemy dead effect. Yes, and now we need a couple of things. Sprite renderer, of course. And let's see, we have a bunch of animations here. Let me see which one we take from you. Let's see. We have a bunch of options. Yeah, I'll use this one. So we need to split it. So to do that, we open the sprite editor, and here we have a bunch of options. I like this one here. So we have to split it by size, and it seems that it is indeed 64 times 64. All right. Yeah, that seems to be all right. So let's add one sprite here so we see it. We want this to be above most of the things. Yeah, that looks okay. Now we need the animator component. So we have to create that controller, animation controller. Call it enemy depth effect. Add it here. Create animation. So here we want to say enemy depth effect, and now we can just add those sprites. Let's see how that looks. Bit too fast. Let's try 10, maybe 20. Yeah, that looks nice. We just need to resize it a little bit. So let's try 2 instead. Yeah, that looks much better. So we can now save it here, and we have to drag it now to our enemies. So here, where it says the particle, we add it here. And let's see, is that everything we need? It's actually not everything, because um, we want to destroy this once the animation is finished. And how do we do that? Yes, yes, we have a destroy. No, we do not have a script for that. We'll just create a script that destroys the object. So this we'll also use this on many other effects. So destroy object, destroy object. We'll just call it destroy object like this. And now we add it to that effect there, because after the animation we want to destroy the object, because if we keep it we just flood the memory with useless stuff. So animations, and we want to select this one, enemy. Where is it? I cannot see it. Yes, this one. Also, this should not loop. So also that should not be there. But we need first. One second. We need to add that script. So destroy object. And in here we'll just have a function that destroys instantly destroys the object. So public, we want it to be public because we need to access it. So destroy we call object like this, and here we just destroy this object. And now that we have this, we can go inside the animation and place an event on that animation, and then we can call that function at the end of the animation. So yes, here we go to the end here, add an event, and then wait, what? Yeah, the issue is we have to select the object, so like this, and then we go to animation, and then we add it the event here at the end, and then select that destroy object function like this, and now it will be destroyed after the animation. And also we have to that fire here, we have to give it an offset. So here, wait, let's see if that is correct first. Yeah, the code is correct. Let's see if this spawns correctly first and modify that if necessary. Let's see. Oh, wait, now that is actually incorrect now. So maybe here we just leave this 0 for now. And also another thing we want to make sure is that the range of that fire is correct. All right. So one issue is first is that I do not see it affecting enemies. Let's see if that is correct here. It should work. Oh wait, my bad. We have to say this here. Yes. So here we have to use that function. We forgot to attack the enemies. Yeah, let's try again, and we'll stop after this and continue tomorrow. And I will be doing this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, let's see. All right. So okay, now it talks about how do we make sure it's the right uh, range. So for that, let's go to our enemies here. So the enemy script, where is it? Yeah. And we want to stop movement, so we can check. We can experiment and see if the range is correct of that fire. So if I see correctly, we give it speed here. So instead, we'll just stop, comment this line, and we'll test. So if we do that, let's remove the other towers. So it's only the cucumber here. So let's remove those two. All right. And now let's take those enemies and change their. Or actually, we don't need to change their position. Let's put them close together and see. Yeah, something like this. All right. See if that fire hits. Okay. And also we'll have to add some. Yeah, that's hard to see. I'll have to try again. Yes, I believe that is a bit too big. So here we have to say here at range. Let's try a little bit lower. But later we'll also add a way to see the HP of the enemies. So some text. That seems to work. Okay. So now, before we finish, or actually, never mind. We'll finish for today. So that's good. We finished another tower. Fixed some stuff. Yeah, thank you, Lemon. And we'll continue today. And for tomorrow, I will actually find that thing that I lost. Okay, thank you, Lemon, for being here, and see you next time.